Again to another video tutorial. I'm gonna explain to you how this whole thing works, but at first I need to explain to you what is the golden trend, what I actually call the golden trend, depending on whether you are buying or selling. My biggest problem has always been to try and make these videos shorter, but I eventually end up making them long due to the amount of things that I need to explain in these videos. And the funny thing is that people aren't giving themselves enough time to watch the videos that I make, the tutorials, up until the end, because that's where the problem starts. If you don't understand the whole thing on how everything should be working, then how is it that you're gonna be able to trade in the market following the right rules, since you haven't given yourself enough time to read and understand, to watch and understand what is going on in this video. So in this video I'm gonna try as hard as I can to keep it short and to make sure that whatever you are getting from this will benefit you, regardless of how short the time is that I spent making this video. First of all, I'm gonna show you this. I've got a few of these videos which I call golden mine videos. This is a forex chart. As you can see, it's an MT4 chart, and this is a USD JPY pair, 15 minutes time frame. So we're gonna get out of this, so we're gonna minimize this. I want to show you something else. In my photos here, there's another video that I took, of which I believe that you guys should see this also, because this was what's going on. Okay, there we go. This was binary options, and as you can see, this was another video in binary options, and this was AUD CAD. What I want you to observe here is the movement of the market. Market basically does the same thing over and over, and in this video, in this binary video, this 100% winning strategy that I made, the video explains, that's where I explain in the video that how similar forex is to binary options, and that the movement is exactly the same. So whether you're trading forex or binary options, the results that you're going to be getting when you're trading forex or binary options are exactly going to be the same. So options trading, I recommend it for people who are starting out in forex due to its speed, and like the speed of the movement, depending on whatever direction the trend is going. But it's really good. People need to look into that. Without any further ado, let me just explain this quickly. Okay, so this is AUD CAD. I want you to take a good look at this. Starting from here, you look at this graph on how it's moving all the way down and like that, and then you see how the lines are intersecting. This is AUD CAD, and this video here where I captured the screen, it was done in 2018. I did it myself in 2018, the same video. And this was AUD CAD. The time frame was 5 seconds. 5 seconds. That was the time frame. Now I want us to go back to where we were. So this is USD JPY. It's not like 100% or exactly the same as the, like, it's not exactly the same as what you saw on the other side, like not exact, but it's very similar. I mean, if you look at how this market is moving here, you look at how this is actually working. I mean, you can see that. You can see what's happening here. And then go back here. You look at that. You see, okay. Sorry. You see what is happening. You see what's happening. Can you spot the similarities? Okay, now. This is in 15 minutes and it's a completely different pair. It's USD JPY. But if you're looking at this thing, it's doing almost exactly the same thing as what is happening on the other side. So now, what I want you guys to like pay close attention to is this. These boxes. This indicator here is called the breakout pancake, of which I recommend that you, if there's a way that you can download it, you can download it. This is called the breakout pancake. What it does is that your rebound market, it encloses the rebound market within the box. I mean, every day in the morning you'll find that you'll have a new box like this one, which will show you the rebound market of say maybe the previous day, and well, possibly the day where you'll be trading, depending on which day is it. But that's what it'll basically do. It'll show you your highest point and then your lowest point in the day. So this is the breakout pancake, and if this thing breaks out, I mean, if the trend breaks out of this box that you see, the breakout pancake box, then you know that the trend is gonna run at a very high speed going towards that direction. In some cases you'll find that it will just pop out just a little bit here and then go back in all the way up, but in this case it broke out and went all the way down. Now, without having to like waste any of your time, I want you to also take a look at this. So here we basically have we got, I want to show you this. I like it when people are successful, so my job is to make sure that everybody gets everything. Everybody that follows me gets everything that I make. I don't keep any knowledge for myself. So that your moving averages, I want you in your chart, MT4 chart. Oh well, it doesn't matter which chart you are using, but I want you to go to your chart and make and change your indicators, make your moving averages, you will have moving average which is gonna be 200 the period. Then you're gonna have a moving average with 100 the period, and then you'll have another moving average which is gonna be 50 period. Then you're gonna have 25. Then you'll have 13, and then you're gonna have 20. Now 20 is a bit tricky, so I'm gonna go into 20 so that you can see something here. 20 has a shift of -17 because 20 is our slowest signal in the graph. So whenever you see 20, your moving average 20 giving us a signal that something is going towards some direction, then there's a very high possibility that that direction is the right direction, since this is our slowest indicator. And another thing, 20 is the only one that will be exponential moving average. The rest of these lines here, that will be simple, not smooth. They're gonna be simple moving averages, and you're gonna make them same colors as I have. Okay, now I need to show you how you make an entry in the market. Before you make an entry in the market, another thing that you should have, you mustn't have normal candlesticks when you are trading using this strategy. You need special candlesticks like these ones. These candlesticks are called Heikin Ashi. You see, when the trend is going down, it's gonna be red like this, as you can see it. But if the trend is going up, it's gonna be green, as you can see, like that. And if you take a really good look here, you see there's a small yellow dot over there. Let's move this. There's also a small yellow dot at the bottom there, just like there is at the top there. There's also one there. There's also one over there. And you move this side, there's also another one there. There's also another one there. And if you take a good look at this, is that when these points appear, they appear after quite a big trend, as you can see. There's a point there, there's a point down there. See, what normally happens is that like every time once you've had that point there, it acts as your high resistance spot. So that point simply tells you that there's a high possibility that this thing just created a high resistance spot wherever it is there, and now it's gonna go down. But you're not gonna just jump into the market as soon as you see that. You'll have to wait for this thing. I mean, if you look at here, you see the market has been quite choppy. If you're looking at it here, the reason being for it to be choppy is because it was trending coming from here at the bottom to all the way up there. So before you can actually place a trade, you'll have to wait for this thing. You have to wait for this thing to drop into your, that's 13. You have to wait for it to drop between 13 and 20. It must drop between these two. But if 20 hasn't made any move as yet, it's not a problem. You can still jump in as soon as you can see it dropping into 20 like that, but what you need to make sure of is that you are at a lower time frame, because if you are at a lower time frame, it should be like 15 or say 5 minutes, just to make sure that you capture it at the right time. And if you're looking at these candles, if you're looking at my Heiken Ashi candles, you can see here they have shadows on both sides. Also here you see shadows on both sides, but if you look at here, the shadow is only on this side where the market's direction, I mean the trend's direction, is going. So what's gonna happen here is that you must always wait for a candle pointing towards the direction where you wanna go. For instance, if you look at this here, this candle here, this is where it jumped in between your 13 and your 20. This is where it dropped in using this candle here. So this is where you would have sold this market, since it has showed us that high resistance support over there, and here it has dropped underneath. The candle itself started right inside or in between your 13 moving average and 25, 13 and 20. Yeah, it dropped in between 13 and 20, and the candle started within those perimeters, right inside them. It didn't start from outside and then dropped inside. It started inside. So that's what you are looking for, a candle that don't have shadows on both sides, that will start inside or in between the two, moving average 13 and moving average 20. So this is the only thing, this is one of the things that are important in this thing. So once you see that happening, you are safe to say that, okay, now I'm selling this market. What it would have gone down to test this level here. The next thing, okay, since I've explained Heiken Ashi, the condition of selling when you are using Heiken Ashi, I need to explain these lines again, how they work. You already know how 13 and 20 work. Now, another most important line of which you need to take very serious note of is this purple line here. Because you see, this purple line here measures your long-term trend. So depending on which time frame you are at, it will always be representing your long-term trend, whether it's a 15 minutes time frame or whether it's a 34 hours, 1 day. It will always be representing your long-term trend, meaning that when the graph has when your trend or graph has moved away too far from this line here, there's a great possibility that the graph will turn back right to this line, or either it will bounce here and rally back up again and make another uptrend. As you can see here, it went down, made that high resistance point, dropped, and then rallied all the way up to there, and that's when it changed direction and went back down again. But that's just another condition that you use when you are selling, to be careful with this line here. Another thing that you need to know is that once you have this trend underneath this line here, or above this line here, there's a great possibility that, well, it's not a possibility, it's the fact that your sells are gonna be stronger than your buys. So whenever you are under this purple line, if the whole thing is under this purple line here, you wanna wait for the whole thing to play out before you can actually sell again. If it was above, you would have waited for the thing to drop down till it gives you a high resistance support, as it does when it's going up. If it's underneath the line, it will go up till it gives you a high resistance support and then start running down till it gets another high resistance support and then goes back up until eventually it'll start trending, as you can see here. So this thing basically does the same thing over and over. The most important thing for you to do here is be able to capture these movement like these ones, and be able to avoid being trapped in this shit here. This is where you do not wanna jump into. This is not good. You don't want to be part of this. You don't want to share anything that's happening here. I will explain how you can avoid this also. Okay, let's see what else that I haven't explained. Okay, now here's something that might confuse a lot of people. You see this point here, you'll find that it was here when the market started pushing all the way from there up to here. You'll find that this same point was here to show a high resistance point. So what happens is that if the market tries to, like, if it is showed like a high resistance spot here, and then it decides to push up after you have already seen that one, and it decides to push up like that, it will have left that high spot there. So one thing that I always recommend that people should do is that whenever they see this high resistance spot, let's say maybe it was here, okay, fine, let's use the one that is here, let's pretend that this was here. You see this, when this thing started to show a candle like this one that doesn't have a shadow behind it going up like that, I mean, okay, fine, you would have sold this market here. It would have pushed this, since this would have been here, it would have come back and then pushed it with these candles and pushed it all the way down to here. But as soon as you saw this one, you would have bought this market and went up with it. The reason being is because you don't want to lose your profit. So even when you guys do decide to choose a broker, you must make sure that it's a broker that will allow you to hedge your positions. I use Think Markets, which is a very good broker. I'm also an introduction broker for Think Markets, meaning that anyone who needs to trade with Think Markets has someone that they can ask how, like, everything works with them, and I have like the full right to give people either signals or education with regards to how the markets work. Okay, I think I have explained the buying and the selling conditions and the indicators that we have in here. And by the way, all these indicators are custom. Majority of them are custom. Some come stock with the MT4 chart. But if say that you guys need to know more as in what to do, but I think what I've explained is it's quite clear and simple. It should assist you in trading. I mean, even if you don't really have these indicators to make your lives easier, maybe due to the fact that you're not around where I am and I can't give you these indicators, but I'm gonna leave the details below where you can contact me and see if I can assist you. If you can't get these indicators, then I can come and install them for you, and then you can start trading. You can start exploiting the market and doing exactly what I've just showed you. I don't think I left anything out. I think I exposed everything that I know about this.